Kill yourself, guys.
Alright, pause that real quick while we figure out if things are working appropriately. If we are live, which we should be, hello everybody. Good to see you.
Kill yourself, guys.
Whoop. Whoopsies. Alright, stream seems to be working well. Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Jack McDowell, hell yeah, like 8 a.m. here in Aussie land. Yeah, Australia does usually have some wonky times when trying to catch streams. Most things are tailored to the European time zone. Hello, hello. So, what do we got here? We are doing the third speedrun challenge, which is on my Discord. I post a couple armies, and in this case, I wonder if I can pull them up easily. Sorry, a little disoriented, just kind of rolling in here. Army 1. Army 2. Where'd you go? There you are. Army 2. And Army 3. So, the narrative for this one was you are helping defend Kislev against the Chaos Horde. So we have a Chaos army full of heavy armor, Archaon, 2 Hell Cannons, some Skirmish Cav, Dragon Ogres, and Chosen. And then their Beastmen allies have a Sorcerer of Death, a Beast Lord, and a bunch of Chaff and some Chaos Spawn. And you're trying to help Gotrek and Felix, everyone's favorite heroes. And they have a couple Kislevite archers, cough, and some winged hussars, cough. I mean, Empire's the closest I can get, for now. So, you face these two armies, you're helping this one. If Gotrek and Felix die, you lose 30 seconds on your speedrun, and you don't have to follow banner rules, make it as cheesy of an army as you can, and win the game. Today we had 8 submissions. Oh, hey Logic in the chat, and hey Knighthood, you were told to come here by Logic, don't know where I am. You're in a speedrun challenge with some friends. So let's flip over to the game and we will start. I had 8 submissions for this. Well, I had more than that, but some people submitted multiples. We have 8 submissions, so the lowest is 8th place. And unfortunately, our beloved friend and one of Logic's mods, Biblington, is going to take the 8th place slot, but he is going to do it with some gusto. So he has 2 Hellstorm rocket batteries, the Bright Wizard, gyrocopters, because he's playing the Hunts Marshals Expedition subfaction, and apparently they have gyrocopters. This is news to me as well. Marcus Wolfhart and all of his heroes from the campaign, Kalara, Roderick L'Anguille, and Hertwig von Hal. And then he has a bunch of Carroburg Greatswords, the Elector Count units from the campaign as well. So we have a big old campaign army. And against them, you saw the little pictures before, but it is just a crap ton of chaos. So Archaon and the Dragon Ogres immediately diving in on top of the hero core, but with the Kislevite general helping them, this won't be much of a fight at all, as you see those Dragon Ogres are taking a ton of work. Hellstorm rocket batteries are just roaring into the infantry in general, as the gyrocopters are trying to shut down some Hell Cannons. Wei chose the right faction, needs more Kalara. Yeah, Wei, we'll get there. We'll get there. And Anticity, this surprised me as well. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, I don't really watch the speedruns beforehand. I just check to make sure that they have the settings correct, and I record their times so I know 1st through 8th. I'm also watching this for the first time, because I watch them on triple fast forward. Overcast of Burning Head coming in here, taking care of a lot of the elite Chaos Infantry, and you can see most of the Chaos Infantry is already running off to one side, but the problem is going to be the Unbreakable Chaos Spawn and the Skirmish Cav. Looks like the Hell Cannons are both still active as well. Some Hellstorm rockets going back there, but I don't know if they're going to be the most effective against those tightly clumped units. Hellstorms are not the most accurate things. When you get the Master Engineer hero to the dwarfs in the bottom left... Whoa! There's a Master Engineer hero in here? I've lost track of him. If he is here, Logic, I'm sorry. Alright, so Marcus is in the middle. Carroburg Greatswords are fighting the last. Are they unbreakable? Oh my god, the Carroburg Greatswords are all unbreakable. That's pretty intense. You love to see it. Demigryph Knights fighting quite well against Chaos Warriors and Chaos Spawn. But I do think Biblington's going to have a hard time taking out the Spawn. He has no archers, and his infantry is actually already very well beat up. So Death and Destruction raiding in all around Archaon the Everchosen, rallying after what looked like a severe beating. Obscenite gyrocopters, still chilling, still hanging around. Are they still piloted by dwarves? Yeah, they are. Alright. I was wondering if they threw humans in there for some reason. Marcus trying to get his focus shot in on the Archaon, but I think he shot his own general in the back. Sudden desire to do a Huntsman campaign. Yeah, it's pretty intense, and there was an illusion that there's even more coming. Now, apparently, I am also learning that Kalara has an ability that you can summon like a weird soulfire bombardment, and you can target it wherever you want. So that's it's interesting. As Herwig von Hal and Roderick slay Archaon the Everchosen. That's an end times we didn't see coming. Hellstorm still raining in on the Hell Cannons. You can see all the areas they're shooting that aren't dwarves. They're very accurate inventions. Meanwhile, Minotaurs are pushing back some of the Kislevite reinforcements and forcing them back. Now we are crossing 3 minutes at this time, and our winner got around 90 seconds. So you can kind of get a scale on how this is going to go. Now both these heroes trying to go after the Cygor, who's still full health, and giving the Beastmen a lot of their balance of power so they don't hurry up and shatter. More Hellstorm shots raining in. I'm actually shocked they still have ammo left. Huh. They have more than you'd think. I suppose this battle has only been going for a couple minutes. So Kalara's still firing. She's even firing off those arrows of Kurnos into the Cygor. Cygor's all of a sudden taking a lot of damage now that Marcus and Kalara are working on it. And Broderick Langui is going to get in there. The mighty Bretonnian on foot, getting slammed with a rock. Yeah, things are going quite well for Biblington. Maybe not as fast as he would have liked, but I believe he was busy and couldn't give this speedrun more than 2 or 3 shots, so he just submitted something just because he's a nice guy. Another Burning Head coming down, and finally army losses is kicking in. It looks like for the Beastmen and Chaos at the same time, even though sometimes it's staggered. And now you have to get rid of those tricky Chaos spawn. Demigryph Knights fighting to the last because they're already an elite unit and we gave them triple chevrons. 2 Chaos Dwarves charging in to fight a bunch of heroes, and they're dead. Very nice. And coming in with the finish, I believe the game should end any moment here. There we go. So that gives Biblington, where did I record your time? 291 seconds. Now we will move on to 7th place with my speedrun. And I thought I was onto something, but clearly you guys shamed me. See, I thought I knew how to win this challenge, but I was wrong. Biblington, of course, keeping both Gotrek and Felix alive, so he takes no time penalties. Now, for my forces. I have Lord Croak, because why not? He has massive AoE spells that the AI are not going to dodge. I have 2 cohorts of Sotek, so that they can go invulnerable and not die. Ancient Segadons with Hands of the Gods, Engines of the Gods, and Tehenuin with an Engine of the Gods. So I have 3 Engines of the Gods over here. And I do have Asaurus Oldblood on his T-Rex to hunt down Archaon and the Cygor. Over here I have some Chameleon Skinks just to poke at Chaos Spawn in the later part of the game. Hey, Butcher. So I pop Refuse to Die when the Purple Sun's coming in because I wanted to try to dodge a lot of it, but I also end up dodging a bit of Hell Cannon fire, which is nice for me. So we will be getting into the thick of it quite soon, and I will tell you this build is very good at getting rid of infantry. It is terrible at getting rid of single entities. But Chaos is doing me a favor and blobbing up all nice. That'll be good. So we have Lord Croak's Cities Go Boom Boom spell, and we're going to have 3 solar engines coming in. Oh, it's beautiful. You love to see it. Most of the Chaos Force is already dead. Hooray. Unfortunately, so are both of my cohorts of Sotek, but they're hanging in there. Meanwhile, Azor's Scar Veterans trying to hunt these Beast Lords, as we mentioned, and Lord Croak is getting caught out a little bit, but he's got Gotrek to back him up, who's actually getting a little low. I forget if he lives through this or not. Lord Croak casting one of their smaller spells quick, just because I want to end this quickly and I don't want to wait for my mana to come back. Seems like this build would have balance of power issues. Maybe. I was hoping to just army loss them when I deleted all their infantry right away, but that didn't happen. So now comes the slow part. We have to kill Archaon and all them. And I think Gotrek's actually helping me a massive amount here. Lord Krog's still in a little bit of trouble, but my Saurus Scarvet can bail him out where needed. Cygor's still full health. That's going to be a problem for my balance of power, cheesing, and I believe that's another Lord Krog spell. Yeah, his cooldowns are super low, and his mana costs aren't even that high, actually. It's just that his spells are super easily dodgeable, which is why you don't normally see him. Some Chaos Dwarves pathetically trying to fight an Ancient Stegodon with an Engine of the Gods strapped to its back. And how are we doing? Where's Tehedwin? Tehedwin's fine, both my Stegodons are fine, Chameleon Skinks are doing great. Yeah, everyone's largely having a great day. Archaon's getting hunted by a T-Rex, but that Saurus Scar Veteran actually gets into a little bit of trouble with some Marauder Horsemen coming in here, and Archaon doesn't immediately break. Gotrek's alive! It counts! He's totally fine. Look at him. Look at how much health he has left. Over here, Felix is fine on health, but not so fine on leadership until Gotrek comes to bail him out. But don't you die, dude. Don't do it. Alright, he's getting some healing from Felix. How is Archaon still alive? My Scarvet's been trying to attack him this whole time. Whatever, that aside, my Engines of the Gods are still trying to bump and grind, push through the remaining infantry, and so is Tehedwin, so we really slowed down here ever since our Engine of the Gods are on a cooldown. Gotrek is somehow still alive. Somehow. And if that sound is correct, there are some more engines coming in somewhere. Where? Weird. Never mind. Ah, there's one. I thought they must eventually show up. Though this won't do too much damage against Minotaurs. I tried to cast that when there were more people on the battlefield. I don't know what that one's for. Oh, it's to deal with the Mirror Guard. And then this was to deal with some fleeing Chosen. But yeah, those cooldowns are a little too long for an effective speedrun, I'm afraid. Alright, Gotrek is going to live. Felix is going to live. I just have to clean up Chaos Spawn, it looks like. So my time is quite similar to Biblington. 7th and 8th place with 4 minutes 16 seconds, which brings us to 256 seconds. All right. Now, in 6th place, we will have Tien on the Dowie with 183 seconds. So that's 3 minutes. So he's a full minute faster than me. As we can see in this picture, it's going to be a lot of gyro bombers. 4 Skyhammers, a gyro bomber, 2 Rangers, 4 Slayers, and Belagar himself. Now I'm sure if you were watching Logic stream, you are a little sick of seeing Belagar, but that is what it is. Now if you're seeing lag, the stream is not lagging. Every time I open this replay specifically, this happens. And I know Tien was fooling around with previous versions of the game, so I wonder if something like that was going on. But it doesn't particularly matter as there is a $20 prize for this, and the $20 prize is only going to 1st place. So if there was any suspect of cheating or something, I would care much more if this was going to be the winner. So bear with it. The stream will look laggy for just a bit, and then it'll all of a sudden work. I reviewed this one 3 or 4 times, and the exact same thing happened every time. So just give it a second. I know it looks janky. Alright, there we go. See, it works perfectly. Don't know what that's about. Total War is a game full of a bit of jank. So, the Dowie Air Force is going to advance, and they do have to be a little careful as there are some archers and some skirmish cav with throwing axes that can do some damage to them. And if the Cygor boulder hits directly, it'll probably do some good work, but I'm not as sure. Slayers should be good for cutting down Chaos Spawn and other things, and the Gyro Bombers are pretty much all we have to deal with the massive infantry hordes. There's going to be a lot of bombing going on. It looks like they're going to start off on the Hell Cannons right away, just coming right over here to deal with them. And you can pause while in this challenge, so it looks like Tien did a lot of pausing to perfect his micro, because there'll be multiple bombing runs going at the same time. Yep, the stream is not lagging. It's fine. So Tien is lining up to get some nice bombing runs on infantry. You can see around the Hero Corps just nuking them. This one's trying to deal with the Hell Cannons, but its bombs aren't proving particularly effective. And meanwhile, the Gyro Bombers can also snipe out Bray Shamans and other lords very easily. Rangers are trying to deal with the skirmish cav and chaos spawn, and bombers are just annihilating this front line. What are those that are getting nuked right there? Chaos warriors breaking and running. All the... Ooh, even the chosen are actually super low. Yep, so these bombers doing great work, actually. Then there's a moment of lag, and then we move on. So quite good there. And where my build could take care of all the infantry super quickly, and I struggled really bad with the Cygors, these gyro bombers do not have such weakness. They are going to take out the Cygor very quickly. They've already taken out a couple of the heroes, and they are much better at dealing with the bigger elements of this army. Now in here, we have very low Slayers, but Felix is still alive, Gotrek's still alive, so we're doing okay there. Huntsmen are doing fine, helping out, and this gyro bomber has taken down one Hell Cannon. It's working on another one while these two... Why is it always two? These two Chaos Dwarves run forward. Good for them, good for them. Archaon's broken and running. Cygor's almost dead. Infantry are largely haggard. How are we doing on the Unbreakables? Chaos Spawn are low. They're low. They're running out of models to really stick in this. Dragon Ogres are running. But they're still fighting these Demigryphs. And those Demigryphs have no health. It's funny how much chevrons can add to something and make them nearly unbreakable. Rangers fighting in melee combat over there, but this is looking like it's pretty over for the forces of chaos yet again, as their leadership is waning, and I'm sure army losses will hit them like a sack of bricks pretty soon. Though we have, let me guess, two? Yep. Alright, 2 Chaos Dwarves apiece. Ooh. Ooh, that was brutal. Look away. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, they're just horribly gunned down. And I think that will take us to the end with 183 seconds for TN. So very nice, very nice. You love to see it. Jar Bombers all excellently paying for themselves. Belagar, not as much. But that is a cool build. I like it. I already know what my favorite build is. And in case not all of you are on my Discord and know what the prizes are, there's a prize for fastest, but since Anticity is such a monster, there's also a prize for my favorite build. And my favorite build will get to change the picture of my Discord channel for a week, as long as it's like, you know, PG-13-ish. Just, you know, not... I don't want to get banned from Discord is all I'm trying to say. All right, so Pugnabone submitted 2 replays. And I'm trying to remember which one was faster. I believe the Saurus speedrun is faster. So we'll check out the Sigmar's Sons replay, because I just thought it was funny. It looks like we have 3, but 10 Sigmar's Sons. Balthasar Gelt, a Flame Wizard, and some Pistoliers, interestingly enough. So he pushed forward. He has some of his own huntsmen to help out. The Sigmar Sun's front line is going to scrap in battle, but it will never break. Pistoliers are skirmishing in the back and already taking out some of these Centigors. Very nice. Going to chase them off the field. I believe the Pistoliers are going to dive in on these Hell Cannons soon, as the Sigmar Suns just bump and grind through the front line. Not a ton of cheese here, just a lot of faith. Faith, steel, and gunpowder. I'm kind of surprised Balthasar Gelt didn't bring Final Trans to just nuke Archaon or any other hero, but teach their own. Seems to be working pretty well for him. Huntsmen are staying safe, just shooting into Chaos Spawn and Dragon Ogres and rounding them all off. And already we hit army losses, though I am playing in a triple fast forward, because I remembered this one being a bit of a bumping grind. As much as I love watching Sigmar's Son slowly die, I'll fast forward that. But his faster speed run, confirmed, is the Saurus one. So this is coming in at 180 seconds. So only 3 seconds faster than 6th place, we have 5th place. Pugnabone with Saurus spam. We have a Slann Mage of Fire, 3 Pterodon Riders, and then a bunch of Blessed Saurus, because campaign units are allowed. Another interesting build from Pugnabone. Pugnabone really going with the just match their front line and win it strategy. Not as much cheese as some of our other combatants. So I'm going to hit the mild fast forward as the front lines advance, but Saurus is just going to take a bit of a beating from some Hell Cannons, otherwise they'll be fine. So the Blessed Saurus, I wonder why he picked them specifically. I know they're better, They have perfect vigor. Perfect vigor is some good stats, I guess. They never tire. Over here, the Pterodons have jumped on top of these Hell Cannons more to take out the unbreakable unit than actually being scared of losing. Skirmish Cav getting messed up by the Kislevite reinforcements more than the Saurus. The Saurus are just slowly walking at them. And it looks like they ground through the front line actually much quicker than you would suspect for basic Saurus. Wow. Very nice from them. And that is that. 180 seconds, 3 minutes on the dot. Back. Now let's see what the speedrun is about. Welcome back, Knighthood. You missed a Pugnabone's strategy of just matching the front line and slapping them to death. That's an interesting take. It's an interesting take on it. The Slaawn Mage of Fire got 8,000 value? Must have had some really good flame storms. I'm pretty sure. Because I think Pugnabone said he used no bugs. Because later we'll have a person who uses bugs. And that's allowed. I mean, it's not against the rules. It's AI. It's not like you're abusing a player. But you'll see in a couple of our runs some real crazy stuff. So next we have Butcherbird. Butcherbird coming in 4th place with the Empire. This was interesting to me. I used handgunners in one of my attempts. I tried to do a Balthazar Gelt, Marcus Wolfhart kind of thing. It didn't really work for me, and the handgunners just weren't doing it, but apparently Butcherbird onto something with Free Company Militia. He has 3 Sunmakers, 2 Hellblaster Volley Guns, and then 2 Hammer of the Witches with their magical damage. Isn't that the free Flamestorms? I think the AI cast a Flamestorm on themselves, actually. And ooh, that is some damage from the Hellstorm rocket batteries right in the middle of this big netted Chaos formation. And already you can see that the Beast Lord is routing off. These clumps just getting massively abused. Dragon Ogre's taking a massive punishment, and the center has collapsed for the forces of evil. So the goal is to smash the frontline Knighthood. The goal is to get army losses and win the game as fast as you possibly can. And you don't need to obey banner rules. You can use campaign units. Anything like that. She has the missile item. Interesting fact, Ariel can abuse the Windjam Magic Bug. Yeah. There is a bug that allows you to pretty much infinitely cast spells, and it's pretty funny to watch. So, what do we have going on in this game if I'm not staring at chat? Free Company Militia and just an absolute torrent of fire is pouring in on Chaos. The entire left flank has disintegrated and will soon be running. The center's disintegrated, and now all guns turn onto the right. And you can see just this cluster is getting beaten down by these Hellstorm rocket batteries. And I think the Great Cannons took out the Hell Cannons so that their crews would come forward. Cygor is largely untouched in the backfield, but I'm sure if 2 Hellblaster Volley Guns get on top of him, he's going to have a bad time. Now, some Minotaurs and Chaos Spawn have a word with Marcus Wolfhart here, and he is not enjoying that conversation at all. At all, whatsoever, not one bit. But he runs just as the Minotaurs decide to run, and both of them will live to fight another day. Kislevite General is also running, but do we have Gotrek? And we have Felix. All right, so no 30-second penalties there. Still Hellstorms raining in, but there's very little left fighting. It's just 3 unbreakable units and some stragglers trying desperately to hang on. Army losses will kick in for the Warriors of Chaos, but the Beastmen still don't have army losses because they have a full health caster and a full health Cygor, and the game thinks they have a chance. They don't, but the game thinks they do. There's 1 Hell Cannon Dwarf running to fight Gotrek, and Gotrek makes that a very short fight. Now Army Losses kicks in for the Beastmen, and we are at 152 seconds for Butcherbird. Very nice. Very nice. I would be curious, I think he's in the chat, to pick your brain about the Free Company Militia. Why not handgunners? What was your thought there? All the Sunmakers paid for themselves quite well. Hammer of the Witches also did quite well. Hellblasters did great. So that was Butcherbird, our 4th place combatant. In 3rd place... yep, this is the one I was waiting for. In 3rd place with 129 seconds, we have Wei. And just take a second to appreciate Wei's army. This is a beautiful army right here. This right here, this is delightful. Extra 5 seconds after everything is broken, shake my head. This is strategy. Just a bunch of Kalaras. Now, if you're expecting a game of very slowly kiting things around the map, you're going to be disappointed, as the Beast Lord is dead. Alright, perfect. I'm imagining these ones will also fire their arrows of Kurnos very shortly at Archaon or something. Probably. A net going down, as if anybody was running, and arrows of Kurnos coming in for Archie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he is also dead. Alright, both the lords are dead. That's the stream, right? That's what you're doing? Now the kiting part? Yeah. Sure, they're gonna kite. Sure. You might be wondering, why doesn't he have any magic? Because he doesn't need magic. And yes, you smell cheese. You're about to get so much cheese, you can't even handle it. You can't even handle it. So, waiting for the forces of chaos to pile in before enacting his master plan. Wei is clearly a devious person. Well, for one, their most stop units pushing in early. That's about the Free Company Militia. I'll deal with that in a second, because I think this is where it gets spicy. We're a minute in. I'm actually kind of surprised it's taken this long to activate the abilities, but we will see. We will see. Wei, what are you waiting for? Do it. Here we go. So Kalara has a special ability. It's kind of like Soulfire Bombardment. So, goodbye, Chaos. And Chaos is dead. And it was so many of those bright lights that my computer just said nope, and you don't get anything. Alright, so everybody on Chaos' side is dead, and more arrows of Kurnos coming in for the Cygor. I imagine all of the Kalaras will activate that. Even the center pocket is just getting murdered by those. More arrows of Kurnos coming in for this poor hapless Cygor. Oh no. Oh no. And he's dead. Are there any unbreakable units left? Nope, all dead? Alright. And that is Wei's magnificent build. I love that build. I love it. It's so great. It's just Kalara's. I read Kalara's ability and thought, wow, Searing Doom. Yeah, but you can take so many of her, and it's not Winds of Magic. So very nice, very nice. And in second place, that was third place to XMT Wei. In second place, we have a bit of a troublemaker, a thorn in my side, you might say, a real snag. And this is Houseplant. It's funny, I faced Houseplant on Logic Stream today, and he had that thing where his cannon somehow fired over that hill and hit my hell cannon and took it out right away, and that was pretty sad. So Houseplant's back, and he said, technically in the rules, you said we had to take an ally army, but you didn't say we couldn't take more ally armies. So then he brought a whole bunch of Sunmakers on 2 different Empire forces, besides just the Kislevite reinforcements. So Houseplant, you got second. If you had my favorite build or got first, I would have more issue with this, but also you're a bad man. You're a bad man, you raise my blood pressure. But here we're going to just have a Glade Lord and a crap ton of archers and Way Watchers and Deepwood Scouts all just firing in, and the AI are piloting the Hellstorms for him. Hellstorms are very popular at fighting Chaos, apparently. Hey, Butcherbird, how do you even know that it's Anticity that got first? Maybe Anticity didn't play this round, huh? Maybe he forfeited. Maybe he had other things to do. So here, Houseplant and his AI Legion that is definitely completely legal, and I'm not at all mad about this right here. Seem you're doing quite well for Wood Elves, for Wood Elgi. Over here, we're gonna have some Blade Riser Spears coming in to take out the Hell Cannon crew. I gotta close all the loopholes, but I'm not a frickin' lawyer. I'm just a rat trying to host fun events. But it's okay, because somehow Anticity beat this man. Archaon getting worked on by Gotrek and Felix. Houseplant isn't even helping with Archaon. He's just leaving it to the AI. In fact, most of this build is technically left to the AI. And army losses already comes in as a ludicrous amount of artillery just rains down on them. And the Beastmen and Chaos Warriors cannot handle it. And now, oh god, the friendly fire. Oh, the friendly fire! Houseplant! Why? Why would you do this? No! Oh, I didn't even notice that part. Oh, no! Oh, no! What's even happening? Why don't more allies break more than 20 units? If he actually won, like, if he actually had a shorter time than the first place, I would have brought up an issue with that. But technically, he's correct, and he didn't get first, so it's kind of a non-issue. We're just having some fun. The guys to the right are losing. Yeah, they are. All right. Do I have any other speedruns to show you? Ah, Anticity submitted 2 speedruns. And I thought both of them were very funny. So I will also watch this one. It is 134 seconds. This build would have gotten 4th. But this is not his fastest. Yeah, rip that last dwarf. That was a lot of Hellstorms. So what do we have here, Anticity? You have 2 Slaanesha's Harvesters, 3 Slaanesha's Harvesters. So you have 3 free Soul Stealers. You have a Supreme Sorceress of Fire with Burning Head, Flamestorm, and Piercing Bolts. You have 2 Feral Manticores, and you have 5 Canate Assassins. I kind of understand why you took 5 Canate Assassins, but I would still like an explanation, sir. How many people submitted speedruns? 3, 2. 8 people submitted speedruns. I had a list of about 15 people that showed interest, but when I asked for speedruns, I gave them a couple days and they didn't answer, so either they tried and didn't want to submit, or forgot to, or I don't know. But we had 8 today. So we can see that there are Soul Stealers and that weird web of shadows going down here, just doing a massive AoE double final trans type thing. Over here, Feral Manticores are just diving on top of and killing whatever that was. And again, we have something coming back in. It looked like a weird circle was coming up, but there we go. Another web of shadows. So Anticity just spamming Soul Stealer and or Final Trans type abilities to take out the characters. Assassin's Trophy going down on Archeon as he 5v1s Canate Assassins and a bunch of flags, and he's not having a good time with it. Look at all those Naruto ninja runs. And he's going to be pulling out of there, but already most of the force has been debilitated as Anticity casts a crazy... What is that? Where did you get Marzipol's Black Horror? Does your lord have it? All the Black Dragon Eggs. Wait, you also have Black Dragon Eggs? Oh, you do have Black Dragon Eggs. Oh, that's why you took it. It's like Scab Scryth. Okay. So the White King ability, Scab Scryth, to clear out chaff, you took a whole bunch of Canate Assassins to use those type of things, then the Web of Shadows for like Soul Stealer type things, and then you brought all the Slaanesha's Harvesters for their bound Soul Stealers. Alright. I see what's going on. Very nice, Anticity. Very nice. Lords get Arnzapals. Huh. You don't get to see that one very often, but it is a cool looking spell. Alright. So just a combination of a bunch of different AoE magic not magics. Nice. So that build would have gotten 4th place. But that wasn't his best build because Anticity has a different one. And now, was this actually the best choice, or were you memeing a little bit? Because you have an Archmage of Fire, a Mage of Fire, and then 5 Sun Dragons. You just have a fire build. And I was wondering if you did that, like, if this was actually the best thing you could do, or if you were getting a little spicy. So Anticity and several people in the Discord were talking about a bug where you can cast infinite magic very quickly if you do it correctly. So it looks like the dragons are going to be breath attacking. How'd you do that? How did How did you do that? You straight up killed a Hell Cannon crew with one breath attack. How did you do that? Whatever. Anyway, 3 breath attacks go down on the Cygor, taking him very low. Already the Beast Lord's getting jumped on by some dragons. One of the Hell Cannons is completely dead. Very interesting. Now, I believe that is the AI Flamestorm. Now come Anticity's Flamestorms, as he casts one kind of on himself, but infinite Flamestorms are coming. So the Sun Dragons are going to start cycle charging whatever they can and dealing with them, as Anticity just keeps casting Flamestorms. And more Flamestorms. Mana is no issue! There's a Piercing Bolts of Burning coming down on this Hell Cannon to try to deal with it, as Flamestorms just keep dancing the night away. More Piercing Bolts coming, also probably not on a cooldown, as the infinite mana Flamestorms just come around from the world's best cheeser. And it reminds me of some of your Lore Master of Zotek runs in the campaign. So between the dragons, actually one of the dragons is getting messed up, but between the dragons and the Flamestorms, it looks like Army Losses is going to be hitting pretty quickly here. As we can see, most of the Chaos Forces are running, and anything that's not unbreakable is already running. And it looks like Anticity took out the Chaos Spawn somewhere already. I'm guessing he focused those with the Sun Dragons. Very interesting. Am I allowed to take credit for the strat, or did you also find it? I don't remember, Butcherbird. I remember you were the first one to mention it, but I don't know if Anticity already knew about it. But, yes. So Anticity's fire build. And we have a late submission. Hang on, I gotta save it. We have a late submission from Anticity as well. He has claimed it as fun, and I will trust his analysis of fun. Anticity Wargrave of Woe. You can take credit, Butcher. He mentioned the Vanguard. Yes. So, I mean, when you cheese an exploit and do that kind of thing against the AI, it doesn't matter as much, and we're all just here to have a good time. Now, what do we have? Deep Wood Scouts with Swift Shiver Shards, Malevolent Branch Wraiths of Shadows. I'm curious about them. Why them? I mean, they Vanguard, sure, but what do they bring to the table here? ITP... Huh. Why the Branch Wraiths of Shadows? Just to group stuff up? I mean, we have Drycha for her summons and stuff. I don't see any spells on her. Where are all the spells? Whatever. Malevolent Branch Wraiths all over. I did see Ariel somewhere. There you are. And she probably has Soul Stealer? No. Is that the Dwellers Below? Yeah, that's Dwellers Below. Alright, so Ariel has Dart of Doom and Dwellers Below, and we have a couple Giant Wolves. A very interesting build from Anticity. I said the Wood Elf build Ariel, that was pretty fun. Sorry for the caps. Yes, big whiff on that first volley. Oh yeah, these Deep Wood Scouts really messed up on the first volley. So it looks like these guys are just here to group things up. As we have a Dwellers Below coming in and doing good damage in this pocket. I believe we'll have another one coming down over here, if I'm not mistaken. And we're just gonna have trees slapping to their heart's content. Now on the side here, it looks like the Beast Lord did get on top of the Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shards, but he is losing that even in melee combat because of some more ranged supports. And yep, Anticity is just spamming Dwellers Below on all these big pockets of infantry. Very nice. Hunger Raiders getting attacked by Giant Wolves. Giant Wolves, how do they do? I mean, it looks like they just have dog stats. Their leadership isn't particularly high. Alright, so he has the Giant Wolves just to sweep the back line, I see. Deepwood Scouts with Shiver Shards just to shoot things that Dwellers Below can't kill. Good build. Good build. Not quite as fast as your fire build. They only cost 450 and extra frenzy. True. Go, trees, go. Go truck just spinning away. Ooh, we got hit in the back by Archon. That's not great. Oh, that's that dart, isn't it? That was a cool animation. Army loss is already hitting, but it doesn't matter because Anticity can't beat Anticity. Happy about this one because Dart of Doom actually doesn't have a cast time. It's a pretty small window to trigger the bug. Very nice, Anticity. 7,000 value on Ariel. Everyone else kind of didn't do very much. So, that was that. We'll have Anticity as the winner of the actual speedrunning thing. And if you're worried about it just becoming a bug fest, I mean, for the next one, if I wanted to, I could just say no abusing the magic bug. But for now, we will hold off on that. And Way in the chat is actually my pick for my favorite build because I loved the Infinite Kalara build. That was freaking hilarious. So, Anticity, you get 20 bucks. Way, I will discuss with you about what to change my Discord's icon to for about a week. Maybe even longer than a week because I'm going to be in Seattle at that time, so I won't be around to change it back. But I figured today might be a bit of a short stream because we're casting speedruns after all. So, if you remember the XMT RTK Clan War, there were some 2v2 practices, and I was watching one that was absolutely a banger that I thought I would share with you people. So, we have... Oh, it's not going to show me who is who. RTK Valkanos and RTK Happy Puppy versus RTK Vicious Satsuma and Bob Thresh. And I believe Satsuma is Norska here. Bob Tresh is these Tomb Kings. Happy Puppy is these Tomb Kings. And Valkanos, of course, is the Vampire Counts. I made an image in case I won. Well, you did win, so you better send it over, and let's hope it's not terribly cringe. So this was practice for the 2v2 in XMT versus RTK Clan War, but right now it's just all RTK players. But it did end up being quite a lot of fun. We have Throg leading the Norskins with some Skinwolves, Berserkers, and Skirmish Cav, and Spearmen and an Archer line from the Tomb Kings, very basic from them with Cetra the Imperishable and a Tomb Prince. On the other side, we have some Fellbats from Valkanos, are those Blood Knights? Blood Knights indeed, 2 units of them. Some Zombies, Fellbats, double White King, and Isabella von Karstein for healing with her Blood Chalice, which I just learned today doesn't have a finite amount of charges. You can cast as many times as you want. That's a little alarming. Happy Puppy has a Tomb Prince, Cetra the Imperishable as well, and 3 Ushapti Great Bows, one of which is the Chosen of the Gods, and some Skeleton Archers. It's very nice from her. You might consider it very cringe, to be honest. Well, we'll find out. So, who has the ranged advantage? It's weird to say, but maybe the Vampire Count side of this matchup has a ranged advantage. We will see, but I definitely favor their artillery quote-unquote aspect of this. Skeleton Archers are good, but don't have the longest range. Now, as these Skirmish Cav try to get some Fellbats, they're immediately pushed off by the Skeleton Horseman Archers, and the Berserker front line is a-comin'. Oh, this game? Wait, did you see this game? Because, well, this is the practice for the one that was in the Clan War. We have Throg, not Wolfric. You're silly. You're referring to the one that actually happened. This was a practice, but it does get very, very intense, let's say. Berserkers cutting right through the Vampire Count's front line, as they are wont to do, because zombies do not stand up to them at all. Skirmishers shooting in on Blood Knights. Oh, wait. You did fine in the Clan War. It was very close. It ended up coming down to the last game, 3v3. Nice Burning Head coming through on the Skeletons, but Happy Puppy dodges it pretty easily. Then it kind of curves into these Skeleton Wars, which is a little unfortunate, but does almost no damage, so I think the main animation was outside of the Skeleton Wars. Yes, wait, it's the practice, but it's worth it, I promise. So in the center, it looks like everyone just decided to throw their heroes into each other and see what happens, and what happens is not good for the Vampire Counts and Tomb King side of it, as that White King is getting murdered by Throg. Just murdered. He's going to need to get out of there, and if a Chalice of Potions is off cooldown, it needs to be used right now, but it is not going to come in time that White King is dead. Seeing what just happened to that White King, Cetra is going to pull the hell out of there. Archers are finally in range to start firing, and they're firing in on the Ushapti Great Bows, trying to shut them down. Another nice Burning Head comes down to take care of some Skeleton Spearmen. Yes, sorry. I got distracted by chat again, because Wei was in that Clan War as well. But they did not account for Kotep denying the magic. I knew that was very frustrating for them. Archers are taking out a lot of the Ushabti on the right side, but on the left side they are largely fine. Now in the backfield, these archers are in a bit of trouble as Satsuma has gotten some of his skirmish cav right on top of them. Wrong Tomb Kings. It is very hard when you're casting 2 Tomb Kings. Got it. So Satsuma's cav are protecting those archers from the Blood Knights. The Blood Knights instead are just going to charge through the front and try to take out some Berserkers. Now the Cetra on Cetra duel is not going well really for either party. They're both taking a decent amount of damage, but Red Cetra does have healing from Isabella von Karstein, so they are okay taking this trade. Now Isabella is trapped between a Tomb Prince and Cetra, and that is terrible for her, and Throg comes up behind and starts slapping on this Tomb Prince, doing a ton of damage. Throg the Troll King is certainly the king of this battlefield. Now those archers are still largely unhindered, and they need to be stopped if this is going to go well for the red team, because they are just getting a ton of free fire in. Now Isabel's running away from a rampaging Cetra, who picked a good target to rampage after, honestly. And now he is trapped up, surrounded by Blood Knights and another Cetra, and this is probably going to be the death of him. As he is rampaging and lowered in melee defense, he is quite fragile. So Cetra the Imperishable for the blue side is going to go down. On the red side, there's a big old cluster in the center. That is going fine for them. One of these Ushabti Greatbow got strangely close to the front line, but is now pulling out, and an excellent burning head comes down from the Norscan side, roasting off a lot of these Blood Knights, doing great damage to the vampire counts. Isabella has pulled out. She's far from her healing cap, so she'll be fine. Cetra has also pulled out far from his healing cap, and there are blood chalices from Isabella to heal him right up if he needs it. Now, Throg the Troll King is down to half health. That is a little tricky, and Cetra goes back in, trying to get him out of here. Just break him off once, follow him off the battlefield, and that would be pretty much it for the Norskins. White King coming back in to fight this familiar Balefiend of Fire. Also doing good work on him. This has been a battle of the hero squads for this 2v2. It's been a little insane how much they've all done. Berserker's still fighting to last as some Skinwolves come in and try to peel off this White King from their heroes, and they succeed in doing so. Ushabti Greatbow are back online, and I think 2 of them are alive. I don't see the third, so yeah, 2 Ushabti Greatbow back online with plenty of ammo. They can do a lot of work if they are kept that way. There is another Ushabti here, but it is quite low. Throg's still going beast mode, clubbing through anything that gets in his way, and this Cetra is going to run out of there now that he realizes he is in danger. The Blood Chalice did come in on him, getting him nearer to his healing cap, and a very nice crown there. Good explosion, almost takes out an entire unit of Skeleton Spearmen. Burning Head coming down in the backfield from Norska, trying to deal with some skeletons, and it looks like they did take out a unit or 2, but they might have done some friendly fire and routed off themselves, which is not great. Skeleton Horse Archers across the battlefield are largely still active, still able to run around, and Nehakar Horsemen from the blue team get on top of the red team's Ushabti. The red team's Ushabti is largely what's keeping them in this game. There are some Blood Knights still running around, and the archers have finally been compromised from the blue side. It looks like Blood Knights and Isabella got on top of them. So that is good. They still have a good amount of ammo that, if you can shut them down, is worthwhile. We have Grave Guard as the front line for the Vampire Counts. I must have missed that at the start of the game, and they have just been slowly working their way through an infinite amount of Skeleton Spearmen. Chosen of the Gods are caught by Skinwolves and Throg, and they're going to be taken out very quickly, though that Tomb Prince is very low. I wonder if the red team has any sniping. They can try to take it out, remove another hero from their enemy's repertoire. Graveguard running around just trying to get on top of archers. They are unfortunately very slow and do have a hard time closing that gap. Over here, that Tomb Prince did escape for a moment, but unless there's some healing coming for him, I think he is going to be dead. And I don't believe his faction has any healing for him. Cetra's still riding dirty, now officially heal capped. Nothing they can do about that one. And this blue position is looking pretty messed up. Those archers are going to probably crumble away to death. I don't see them rallying at that level low of health. And a Skeleton Spearman is down to about half health. These berserkers are close to breaking, but still hanging in there. Hey, Benji. We did the speedrun replays already. We have our winners. Anticity won the fastest time, and Wei won the favorite build. And I will check out Wei's picture in just a moment. So Throg is fighting in the middle with some Graveguard and the familiar Balefiend of Fire, but let's look around the battlefield at what's left. So blue team has a bunch of Tomb King's Chaff and Norscan heroes, and that's about it. For the red team, we have Isabella von Karstein, Cetra the Imperishable at almost fullish health, and some Graveguard with zombies. So very little for both sides, though it looks like the blue team has a lot going for them at the moment. Throg the Troll King trying to get on top of Cetra, but Cetra on that chariot can just roll away. Now, this might be a mistake as Isabella von Karstein goes way too deep and is now completely surrounded by Skinwolves and Throg is going to drop that mighty hammer on top of her. Looks like Graveguard are going to try to calm and bail their lord out of this, as will Cetra, but it is looking pretty bleak for the red team at this point. Though the balance of power does favor them, I think that is a little overzealous. But we do have a nice zombie summon coming down to try to get Isabella out, and she casts the Blood Chalice on herself, heal capping herself, but getting her nice and full. Cetra's on the outside of this formation fighting as well, and oh, Skeleton Horse Archers with no ammo come in, slamming into the Graveguard, keeping them out of this fight. Very nice from them. Do red have any support coming in? Nope, it is just their lords and summons, plus that very, very wounded Graveguard. Now, Norskins are down to 2 Skirmish Cav, very badly injured, almost out of ammo. 1 Skirmish Cav for the Tomb Kings, out of ammo. 2 Archers, also out of ammo. So maybe the blue team is going to be in trouble here. They do have they have a lot of units, but a lot of their units are very dead. These 2 armored Skinwolves thinking about jumping in on these Graveguard, but think better of it. If they rout, I think they are going to shatter that time. Over here, they have a fireball going in on Isabella. Nice damage, just a little bit of poke. And these Graveguard are now surrounded, and are they going to crumble? Nope, hanging at 0 leadership. Isabella goes in for another cycle charge, but this might be a mistake as she's now going to get penned in by Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, and Throg is pissed off and ready to fight. Balance power very in the favor of red team right now, as more and more Tomb King's units crumble away from the blue side. Premier Balefiend is waning in his leadership, and he wants to leave, but he's barely hanging on. Now these Marauder Horsemen are going to run, and it looks like the only chaff left on the field that actually can fight is the Tomb King Skeleton Horse Archers. Hey, that is perfectly fine, Benji. We're just doing a 2v2, then I'll look at Wei's picture and be done with the stream. It'll be nice and quick for the night. So we're pretty much down to Throg, a Balefiend, and some throwing axes with a little bit of Skeleton Horse Archer chaff to help out. Isabella's still bumping and grinding in here, just trying to rout off these throwing axes most likely, and Cetra is trying his best to cycle charge. Here on the back, we have some Marauder Horsemen throwing axes coming in. Very low leadership. I think both of these units are going to rout off any second here, especially if Cetra has another one of those burning crowns or whatever, the explosion ones. This Premier Balefiend is hanging on for an awfully long time, but he did run away finally, leaving Throg on his own. So it's Throg versus Cetra and Isabella von Karstein. Can he do it? How much value does he have? I remember it being quite high, as he just karate chops Isabella again, and she's not crumbling yet, but oh boy is she close. He misses that attack. Throg's already at 4,800 value. He swings again, hits Isabella in the back. Now she's going to crumble, and she is dead. Without her, the Graveguard immediately start to crumble away. And for once, the balance of power is pulling back into the favor of Norska and the Tomb Kings. Throg gets 1 hit on Cetra. He gets 2 hits on Cetra. He's blinded. He only has 36 melee attack, and he's landing hits that consistently. Swings again. This time he misses. Some armored Skinwolves come in to help out, but they're going to rout off pretty quick. And now it is just Cetra and Throg, but Throg lands another nice hit. Cetra cannot seem to swing with his fire damage that would be really good versus Throg. Throg's going to swing again, hit him again, and army losses is going to kick in as Cetra, the janky chariot, cannot fight. So I liked that 2v2 a lot. I thought it was worth casting, as Throg got 6,000 value, and you don't get to see it from the big boy a lot. You don't get to see it. Satsuma, Sabab, Trash. Cetra did fine. Yeah. Happy Puppy Cetra. Ooh, Happy Puppy Cetra also got 6,000 value. Just Battle of the Gods there. And Valkanos, Isabella didn't get a lot of value, but healing doesn't count. So that one was just for fun, to keep the stream from being too short. Now, Wei. Aw, Wei, I like this picture. I think this is very funny. Are you the human boy that played on Logic Stream today? Yeah, I am. I am indeed. I played a couple for fun games while we waited for the Dowie, and then I played Houseplant, and his cannon one-shotted my one-shotted my hell cannon pretty badly. What is the next speedrun? Okay, there are some questions, but I do have to go left screen. And if I did this right, you should be able to see my Discord. So this is the picture for our Discord for the next week, as Wei has submitted it. I actually like it a lot. I think it's very funny. And yeah, I will leave that up for the next week, as he is the winner of my favorite build for this speedrun with his 19 or whatever Kalaras. That was pretty fun. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for coming. I know it was a short stream, but the speedrun streams usually are. So we will call it a night there. I do have a tournament on Friday. If anybody wants to participate, it's More Sleep is Full. You pick one of 3 terrifying trios and fight with them against other people. Should be kind of fun. See some Beastmen, Skaven, and Vampire action. Should be pretty fun. Oh no, you can't see it? Oh. I'm sorry, Wei. I failed you. Let me see. Now hold on. Snitch, save, desktop. Hold on, I can figure this out. No, not there, never there. Boop. 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 Media. Where are you? All right, it should be on your screen now. So that's going to be our Discord server's picture for the next week. A cute little rat in a cute little hat. I like him. Next speedrun. I'm of 2 minds about it. I'm either thinking Friday, as per usual, but then Sunday, I'm flying out to Seattle to visit Miss Rat's sister for a couple days. So I could do that, or I could wait until the Friday after and then cast it on Monday or Tuesday as per usual. So we'll see what the Discord wants to do. I have the next challenge set up already. I just need to post it. So it's actually ready whenever, but I don't want people to burn out on it, so we will take a couple days before I do that. Anyway, if you're not in the Discord, we'd love to have you. We host speedruns, we host tournaments, we host streams of... Oh, I like Gladiator. It's not the most popular, but it's fine. Where you give someone more funds than anybody else, and they build a build, and then everybody attacks them, and if you eliminate a unit, like if you let's say you shatter like a Dark Rider, in the next game, the player has to take that Dark Rider out of their build, and they can't replace it with another unit. They can spend the money on like chevrons or new spells or something, but they can't get a new unit. And you see how long the person on the hill can last as they're getting chipped away at. So we like those. So yeah, if anything like that sounds fun to you, we have a lot of tournaments on my Discord, and it's a good time. Anyway, that's the stream for today. Hope you people had some fun. I know Logic had a long stream, so I think the community in general is a little total word out for the moment. Take care, everybody.